Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Potionomics. So we've still got customers giving us the stubborn debuff from Corsac. Our new penalty to the Shadow Step, which I guess offsets the identical buff to the Shadow Step, and then decreased value for enhancers. Not great. We still have insane stress, so resting over the night lowered it a little bit, not a lot. So we probably should hang out with friends still to try and reduce that. As much as that feels like a waste of time, but I gotta get that stress down. Otherwise, haggling is terrible. I guess for now, let's check out our brews. They should be ready. So Grand Health Potion. Excellent. What does Grand do? Fortifies your hero's health by 30. That is incredible. And a Grand Sight Enhancer. How do you change compared to a normal Sight Enhancer? Because like the ones we've been sending, increased chance of hero will retrieve extra loot from any monster hazard by 25%, 35%. Okay. Right, so we've got everything we need. Let's just look at our potions and see what I want to make next. We do want to keep going to the Shadow Step, even though right now it's arguably not a great time. But keeping drowsiness cures and shadow tonics is wise. Though, in 3 days when the tournament happens, we should get access to new locations. But still, going to the Shadow Step more is good, at least for now. So I'm not opposed to making more shadow tonics. And it looks like we also need more mana. Yeah. Okay. So green and purple. Do I... Yeah, it's probably fine to do the shadow tonics here and mana in our ocean cauldron. So we're looking for those two. Yeah, we got tons of green options. Very little purple options. And by very little, I mean no purple options. Well, no purple options that were of those that didn't have some of these other colors. I guess that's the problem when I was trying to narrow it down sufficiently. Yeah, all of my purple options have more of the other colors than even purple. The mosquito plant, which we have one of, is our best call. So, I think I need more ingredients of purple before we can actually make more of those. Alright, well, let's just start with mana. That's something we can do. That's just going to be green and yellow. You're a good split, so if we can get in... That's balanced. Then we're out of other 40s, so I can't use any more of you. We don't have any 30s of yellow. So we get all the way down to 24s of yellow? That's our next yellow. Feels better to just put in 4 of these, just to increase our total magimins. Then 2 more ingredients of the best balance we can pull off. Should probably be the 20s. Yeah, I'm thinking other options, but this is fine. So that's going to give us some grand magic, or grand mana potions. I don't know if or when we're going to ever need grand mana, because I don't know how many time units that is. But it's hard to imagine a... words are escaping me. A adventure for our adventurers. Like a place, location that has like a dozen obstacles or something. So now fuel-wise, do I want to get it done in say 2 time slots as usual? Well, I'm not really thinking about haggling. Well, I need to haggle. We're out of money. And I do need to get more ingredients, but I can't haggle with this stress. But I'm sure I sent out Mint and Sid. So we can get a lot of our ingredients, or a good selection of random ingredients back. We'll plan on that. Actually, let's say 4 time units. That'll give me more time to explore in a single travel segment to get my stress down. And if that's the case, I can just use hay. Then with our other cauldron, I could try for speed or ice to see if we can get up to grand. Oh, we've already got grand for speed. So see if we can pull off a grand ice. Because we've got the grand sight, which means we're going to guaranteed win. Grand speed, so we'll win that. Can I pull off a grand ice? So we're wanting red and blue. Yeah, we got some pretty high value items. Okay, now we need a mostly balanced for our last one. We're just 10 above. Do I have anything? No, I don't have anything split. Do I have... Yeah, so that just gets us even. So now anything that's actually split. We don't have any red-blue splits. That's unfortunate. And that's not going to get us to grand. Even if we got a handful of more magimins. We might be able to get to 1 more star with another item. And then at most with 3 more stars, that just gets us to a 5-star greater. Okay, no, I don't think that's worth it. I really don't know. Do we have any quests? I do have requests. You wanted 2 greater sight enhancers. You wanted greater health and mana with that positive trait. I think I was basically giving up on these. And I might have given up on that one. I think that's what started this grand sight enhancer, but we just didn't have the ingredients to pull off that positive trait. Yeah. So if we wanted this positive trait for health and mana, I mean, that seems doable. And this fungus, this bee, which I think is used in mana. Yeah, we can definitely do that one. Okay, so health potion. We've got the positive trait I need. I mean, I can just use a bunch of these. Although, arguably, I should aim for some sort of balance. So do I have anything that gives me 10 more red than green? That's the opposite direction I need. There's a 20 green and a 30 red. Oh, and that's already given me the positive trait I needed. It's a bit of a waste. Also, this is going to end up as a grand. Which means it's going to be worth like 150-ish or something, and the idea of... I mean, I still could... We'll make it and decide. It's fine. Let's add some fuel, get it down to just the 4 time segments. We need to buy more hay. But that's the point, we're going out shopping. With no money. Okay, whatever. So let's start that brew. Go to our other cauldron, start that brew. And let's travel. Starting out, did you guys get me any ingredients? When you've got a hammer, every spider looks like a nail? Oh, that's another fuel. You got 6 of them. That's crazy. Actually, no good E items. Alright, well, thanks anyway. Can't really send you out on another adventure because I have no money. My skin's gonna be crawling all week, but... Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Not getting the ingredients I'm hoping for. What about you, Baptiste? What'd you get for me? Good yellow. Another good yellow. Okay. No. Well, hopefully when we get the next zones after this contest, it'll get us access to some better stuff. And I don't mind getting some of those, even though I don't really have the money to spend. I don't know if I've found you. We definitely have the Shadow Veil Pearls. So there's a little bit of my money. Alright. Let's buy some fuel, specifically. Because we are out. Yeah, we're out of hay now. So I will go all the way up to 100, even though it pains me. Or 10 of them. So hangouts take some time. I guess, is there anyone else I need to meet with? I think the answer is no. Quinn, we need to meet with just to drop off our new items. Do you have anything for E that I'm not thinking of? Mosquito plant is the best we have, I think. No, the jelly blossoms. That's the solution. But it's the only thing I have that really gives me a lot of E to balance out everything else. It's so expensive, though. I mean, currently it's not overpriced. Buying them just so we have access to making other potions. Yeah, so we can go to one of your guys's longer hangouts. I know that there's probably no increased stress relief from hanging out with Saffron, but it feels like there should be. I guess one question I have that I don't have an answer to is it better to hang out twice for relieving a bit of stress twice, or hang out once for 2 time slots that relieves some stress? I don't know. Let's let off steam. I have something a little unusual in mind. Sylvia follows Saffron deeper into the woods. The trees grow thick here, and curtains of vines slow their progress. Finally, they come to a shrouded grove. It is utterly silent and still until... Ah! Sorry if I startled you. Meditation and quiet contemplation have their time and place. But sometimes a person just needs to scream. Try it now, if you'd like. Sylvia feels a fair amount of closer to Saffron and moderately less stressed. So we were at 26 stress. We are now at 11. That was useful. So that was 2 time slots. We've got 1 more time slot that we can use up either to hang out with someone or to rank up with someone. And then we got to go home. And I'm tempted to hang out with someone. Let's go to the cats, because I don't think we are very high relationship-wise with them. Although we've already done their drink milk. I don't want to just re-see events we've already seen. Maybe Luna? Yeah, we'll take a coffee break to relieve a bit of stress. And that'll help our relationship get closer to a rank up, which still feels like a good use of time. A break would be nice. Just around the corner from Luna's office, there's a cafe with ample outdoor seating. Luna orders a double espresso with syrup. Sylvia opts for something a bit more watered down. While they wait for their drinks, Luna leans back in her seat and lets out a deep sigh. She seems, for once, to be relaxed. Sam, a little peckish. You want to split a sweeter? A sweeter? A sweater? I'm guessing it looks like sweater, but that's clothing. I'm confused. Sylvia feels a little closer. Oh, because she's a moth. So she eats sweaters, maybe? I don't know. Sylvia feels a little closer to Luna and mildly less stressed. I'm confused about there. What can I do for you? Well, we have definitely relieved most of our stress, which is what I needed. I think we are ready to go home. Bottle up our potions and open up the shop for one-time segment. So those are grand mana potions that are worth $2.89 each. So I can't really justify giving two potions of that value there. I mean, probably what I should do, optimally, for some of these, is get a third cauldron that's just a garbage cauldron, just the clay cauldron that I don't use anymore. Or, I guess the glass cauldron, since we have upgraded from it. But yeah, a third cauldron somewhere that I can just make 1 or 2 potions of garbage quality using junk ingredients just to meet these requirements. But it feels like since my cauldrons... In order to make money, I need to make good sales of powerful potions. So wasting time of my cauldrons brewing, common potions feels bad. So maybe if I get a third cauldron, I can dedicate it to these tasks. Yeah. So then 183 for grand. That's actually not very valuable compared to the mana potions we just made. $289 versus 183. Still too valuable to justify tossing them away here. Now, I did buy some purple, so I could theoretically try and make something here using those new ingredients. Just so that when I'm ready to send out Sid and Mint, I'll actually have the potions to do it. Or, I guess I could always send one of them back to the ocean instead. I don't have to send them both to the shadow area. If we wanted ocean, we would need another ice tonic. Maybe one of each. Then I can have options to decide. And tonics sell well. So as it stands, let's go back. We're going to do Shadow Tonic in the Shadow Cauldron. I think is fine. Just getting 3 of those. Since I have limited ingredients, the lower ingredient count is fine. So starting out here, we're going to want things that give high purple magimins. And then we want things that are primarily green. That's balanced at 5. Which is unfortunate. Because I don't want to unbalance it, but we don't have anything else purple. So I could just toss in something like this. It'll still keep it very stable, but get us a 6th ingredient so we get 3 potions. And that's probably the way to go. Nine time segments. I want to get that down to 4 so it's ready in the morning. Keep clicking the fuel like that'll take me to the fuel, and it doesn't. It just turns off the fuel. So I need to remove 5. I'm fine with that. Then we go to this other cauldron and set you up for probably frost. We've got lots of health potions and some mana potions. So yeah, more ice tonics. So we're looking for red and blue. I guess realistically, let's turn off those. There. Probably use the splits of 30s. Would it be better to use... Probably. These are probably cheaper. I wish I could see the value of the ingredients. Be nice to have on hand. So we've got 20 and 20, giving us a couple of good qualities. Although if we are wanting... Am I planning to sell these or use them? I'm probably going to sell a few of them. So giving them positive traits is wise. If I was going to only use them, then it would be fine. This is a chance to go up to grand. No guarantees, but there's a chance, which is cool. I don't think there's any way I can squeeze in more Magimins, realistically. No. Okay, we're gonna just call this good. If I sell them, having the positive traits will be nice. If I just use them, it's not gonna be the end of the world. We're gonna want to get you down to 4 as well, and that can be done with 3 hay. And I am hoping that gets us up to grand, because that'll feel good. With that out of the way, let's arrange potions and open the shop. So what do I have that I can sell? Well, we should probably get lower value things off the shelves. And put some of our most valuable stuff on the shelves. Enhancements have a lower value at the moment, so we don't want to sell any of them. Which is fine. I could sell some of these grand mana potions, maybe. I don't know. Probably these 3-star grand health potions. Because I've got the 0-star grands that are more likely to be used by my heroes. And then, do I have a tonic? Not what I want to sell. It's probably good enough. I don't need the shelves full, and I don't really have anything else I want to place there. Let's open shop. I don't think I had anything I wanted to change of my deck. I don't need lean into it. We don't have the stress anymore. What was build rapport? You're fine. Yeah, I don't really like the shocked. Raise interest and draw a card isn't bad. Maybe subvert. We know customers are all starting with stubborn. Okay. Well, that's a nice cauldron. I guess business is good. This one caught my eyes, but I need to be convinced. Captivate and captivate. You have 12 shield? Or 11 shield? Dude, I'm not gonna waste 3 to get 1 point of interest on you. And you're giving me 4 stress. You are terrible, sir. Build rapport. Alright, you're not stressing me out. So we will boost your interest by 14. And I don't need to close the deal yet. We'll just end turn. If you keep me here much longer... You don't have a buff that I need gone. You are planning to stress me out. I could keep my guard up twice. But we're going to close the deal anyway if we get to that point, because we can't end turn. So raise interest by 14 and raise interest by 10. Feels like the right call. Excellent. Maxed him out. 480 for that mana potion. Haha, just as I'd intended. Take care. Next in line. I ran into a hero who's the nicest thing to say about this shop. I need to pay attention to their categories. You're an entertainer. What is special about you? We're already drawing doubt. I guess our stress is up to 10. You're going to stress us even more. Yeah, I need to look up probably what the different category types of customers are to figure out how they factor. But yeah, stubborn is awful. Losing interest by 3 or patience by 3 to raise interest by 12 feels bad. I'm kind of just hoping that we draw the remove a buff card at the start. But we're not, so, and more doubt. We plant the seed, we're gonna have a few more turns. And then some craftsmanship. Craftsmanship is great to just get the free 3%. I bet you've inspired some songs in your day. Sure. Now we could remove a buff, but you don't have one. You're about to get one next turn. Well, we could just end it this turn because I don't really want the double tension. Not that it hurts me. Tension by itself doesn't add stress. But still, I could pump up into a raise interest and then subvert and then close the deal. Okay, and as expected, the remove a random buff did not remove anything if it's not a buff on them. So my plant the seed didn't get removed, which is good. Ugh. Sorry about that. You're the best. Come back soon. Next in line. I'm looking at another all-nighter tonight. Woof. This potion might be the one for me. What do you think? I think so. Pump up into an enthusiasm. I did not realize how little patience you have, but I guess it's fitting with your character. Then you're going to stress me by 5. You've got to stop, Luna. So then the question is it better to raise interest by 11 or raise interest by 6 and increase 3%? 6 crosses the threshold, so raising by 6 is actually better. The pump up won't actually help because either way we're not going to get to the next threshold. But I'll do it anyway. Yeah, we need a ton more, and given her lack of patience, we're just gonna close the deal here. No refunds. There we go, we're starting to get up there in gold. Have a nice day. Oh, that's a nice cauldron. I guess business is good. I need to know more about this potion before I can make a decision. Okay, a mana potion. Let's remove your buff. For what little that did, because it's gonna go away at the end of your turn anyway. And then pump up doesn't do anything. Oh, and our stress is off the charts. Why am I drawing so many stress cards? We started at like 6 stress. Like, haggling is real bad. Just because of how much stress we gain, and that stress gives us more stress. Wondering if there is a play to just never haggle and only use the vending machine, just so that we don't have to ever deal with this stress, because I can do captivate, which gives me more patience, and I'm going to, of course, but more turns means more drawing stress cards or getting debuffed by them for more stress, and stress is the enemy of haggling, so I don't know. You do have stubborn again. So let's kill that off. I could technically pump up into a sleight of hand. But you got enough turns that we're just going to end turn. Do you want to make a deal or not? Captivate again. don't think there's a point to plant the seed at this moment. I can keep my guard up to block some of that. You got 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6. And then close the deal. No refunds. Ha! Just as I'd intended. You're back again, friendly entertainer. I ran into a hero who had the nicest thing to say about this shop. I know I need these for the contest. I'm pretty sure I didn't place what I needed to keep. But having sold 2 of them now, it's making me slightly worried. But I'm sure I planned it accordingly. Alright, you're going to stress us out and devalue the potion. Well, let's give ourselves a shield. Excellent. Preventing a little bit of stress. Oh, but the double stress cards. Why, Sylvia? I could get one more turn and hope to get something good. Or we just close the deal here and I don't get 2 more stress. And I think that's what I'm gonna do.
That's all of them, for now.
She's adaptable, I'll give her that. That ends day 17. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time when we continue on with day 18. Bye.